Alright guys, hello, it's me. I've been gone for a while, but, well, I've been deciding on what I should do for a video for you guys. And also, on this one I'm limited to 8 minutes and 59 seconds because of something, I don't know what is wrong with my phone. But anyways, today, I thought I might show you what I've been doing for a while. And I've been doing this. I've been expanding all of my models, and there are more up here. For example, we have Diesel. I made entirely out of cardboard, as well as Whiff in the background, who will be finished at a later date. Then we have Rosie in the back, Neville over here, who doesn't quite look like a cute one. We have Hero, and also something I did, sorry for speaking so fast, but something I did was I took the engines that weren't made for British, like loading gauge, and etc., like Hero, Connor and Caitlin, Hank, they will be turned into engines that were built for the loading gauge. So, Hero is now 7MT, if you look closely, because it has that little slant and it has the alternate British rail tender. And here is Alfred, which I made because basically in the new Northwestern Railway, which is a series I have finally decided on making due to the amount of models I have, he will basically be a replica of Alfred. And we have Murdoch as well. And also over here, we have Kroven. Basically, Kroven I did up as an A1. Essentially. This is my take. In the background, we have a Becca with the wrong number for her tender, but I will go with it because I can. And I did her in BR Line Green. Kroven is also in a British Rail Line Green, but with orange lines, more prominently. Same goes for Connor over here, who I've turned into a P2, because Connor is a Hudson in the show, and basically, I would have turned him into a W1, but I felt like that didn't fit Connor. It didn't fit the way he was supposed to look. But this somewhat fits him, if you think about it. There's a detail missing with the firebox, but I'll probably go back at that when I get more glue. And he has the number 20. And Caitlin will have the number 19, but I don't have any plans on what I will make Caitlin, because the amount of engines that look like American engines in Britain are very limited, if you think about it. And Kroven fell over. Keel over and die. And also we have our main engines who appeared in the show. We have obviously Thomas, Henry, who I made a new, better tender than the old one. The old one will probably be used for something else. And also I extended his cab over. So yeah, he has a proper Black 5 tender. Now Edward, in the new Northwestern, he would have been rebuilt into a compound locomotive from the Midland, which isn't too far off because technically he's a K2, but if K2s had survived into the grouping, then they would have been with the Midland Railway, so this slight rebuild wouldn't be that far off if you think about it. Yes, he has a more detailed tender. And also for James, he's basically the same in the front. He's still the same old YLR, Lancashire and Yorkshire Railroad, class 38, 28 I think it was. But he has a tender cab now, which came from an LNWR Super G. Super D. Dang it. I mixed the G2 in with the Super D name. But anyway, basically, he lost his old tender in the story, essentially. So, the new Northwestern Railway, which is basically like British Railways Board of Directors in a nutshell, kind of, basically gave him a new one. And he kind of likes it, if you think about it. Because now there's the possibility of water washing out his fire is 0%. And here we have Spencer, who is now has black lines. And he did have basically a skirt like most Mallard had. But I took it away because it didn't feel like Spencer. And also I added the corridor onto his tender. Which also brings me onto the coaches. They have corridors, and I made them entirely out of cardboard. These are the special ones. There's some other ones I will show at a later date. So yeah, we got the whole set and the break coach. And then we have Gordon. Gordon, I feel like I put the most effort to in some way. Other than like the other ones who I built from scratch, he was the most... I put the most effort into him out of all the other models that I had already bought. If you think about it. Because look at the way his tender looks now. From the first Railway Series Customs video I made, this version of it has improved. It has an actual corridor, and it has the same detail as one. And he also has same, like, proper smoke deflectors now. So he looks a lot like Scotsman does now. And in the background, we have Toby next to some branch line coaches, which will come into Edward's new branch line. And we have Duck, who I also made from scratch using a Stanley chassis, as you can clearly see. Then we have Donald and Douglas, who are made out of two Jameses. I think one of the Jameses was the one I used for the Railway Series Edward I featured in that video. But I don't know. And then we have Oliver, who is basically one of my old Thomases, done up in green. Emily, not much has changed. Percy is now a Ben. I had a Trackmaster 2 Percy and a Ryan, as well as a Charlie, but I don't know what I did with them. So, this is all that remains. I'll show the rolling stock off in another video. But that'll be all until I sort out this whole recording crisis. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Lighters.